Hello, friends. Welcome to a new week. Hope it's off to a great start for you. I am meteorologist James Van Fleet with Spire Weather and Climate. Today, we're going to spend a lot of time back in Europe, both northern and southern, with all the messy weather, of course, that started before the weekend. And we have a series of storms continuing, hitting different regions of Europe. So just want to time that out for you so you can plan your business operations, whether it's a fleet of trucks, airplanes, ships, or just getting supply chains and goods and services from one region to another. As we dive in, early today, of course, you can see very, very messy weather with that second low coming over Ireland and the UK. And then also the first one that came through this weekend, now up around Sweden, with a front dragging across Poland, Czech Republic, Liechtenstein, Monaco, Slovenia, Croatia, north and central Italy. You get the picture here. But as we roll through the next couple of days, the system that's over you in the UK and over Ireland, while it will bring rain and messy weather and some gusty winds, you will not see anything much worse than what you have currently been seeing over the last few hours, meaning there shouldn't be any surprises like the Friday and Saturday system you had where the winds were incredibly strong, especially on the western coastlines of those regions. But the ones coming after that are going to pack a little bit bigger of a punch. So I want to show you this third system that we're tracking of several, 5 or 6 of them actually. We'll hit more of the Bay of Biscay, western France, northern Portugal and Spain, and then also into the English Channel. This is coming late on the day Tuesday and into the overnight hours, so pre-dawn Wednesday, when a lot of this hits the Bay of Biscay. So if you have a ship that's running this region, or ships, as the case may be, Bay of Biscay, while it doesn't look overly concerning, this system is going to kick up swell. And I believe it's going to increase swell likely by, 1 to maybe 3 meters from where it sits currently. So there will be a change in the sea state, but I'm not seeing, 10 or 12 meter seas in this system as it comes across. And again, through Wednesday, that will come across everywhere from Luxembourg and Germany. This will be late in the day on Wednesday and into the pre-dawn hours Thursday. I'm also watching a separate system here in the Adriatic all the way down to Greece, including Serbia and Albania, that want to watch out for some isolated pockets of severe weather. And then what we see, interestingly enough, in the days ahead, as more systems come for the UK Thursday and Friday, most of those will start to shift north. So basically just run on the west coast of Ireland, areas of Northern Ireland and the northern UK regions before heading up to Norway and Sweden. But at the same time, I want to bring you back to the Med. So the system we're talking about for that is mainly a late Tuesday and first half of the day Wednesday that we just addressed. Some of that energy is coming into the Med, and we're looking for a cutoff low to develop. And if you're new to watching the videos, a cutoff low means it is cut off from the jet stream. The jet stream is the steering wheel of where storms go and how they maneuver in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. So when they're separated from that, there's nothing steering it or pushing it along. And so these storm systems can sit for many, many days over the same area. So with that said, I'm watching for areas of the Mediterranean on Thursday to take some of that energy. Now, some will go north, but what's left over heading into the Med will also merge with some warmth coming up from Africa, and that will create this low that is going to be just cut off and sitting over all of the central Mediterranean. So same thing, airplanes flying across the Med to different countries, especially maritime, maneuvering around the Mediterranean, or any, say, fleet of trucks that are running the highways along the coastlines of Italy, Spain, France, and on and on. As we get into, it starts developing on Thursday, but it will take most of the day Friday to really get a lot of its energy going. And then this does include a lot of the coast of western coastlines of north and central Italy. So from Livorno all the way down to Naples, including Civitavecchia, which is basically the port for Rome. It's about an hour away, 45 minutes to an hour away to the south-southwest. And that is coming on Saturday and Sunday. And I do think because of the warm air that comes up from Africa with this, or warmer than what we have been seeing, this could lead to some isolated pockets of severe weather. So a big heads up there for Saturday and Sunday. And then yet another system coming across Ireland, UK, France, Spain, and Portugal as we get into Saturday, Sunday. Now, I'm going to back this up for just a moment because I also do want to address some of the wind gusts we'll be seeing in the Mediterranean and in the Bay of Biscay have my highest attention, although in the English Channel, there will be some as we go through the next 24 hours between 24 meters a second, upwards of 25, 28 meters per second in the Bay of Biscay. So extremely choppy. It's a very notorious area of the world that mariners are often always on guard because of the way the Bay of Biscay is set up and the way these systems rip across. A lot of mariners have been unfortunately very surprised by weather systems coming on them so quickly. So it's just one of those, several of them, but one of those regions of the world that if a ship is about to cross it, the first officers, all the officers, captain, staff captain, they're all highly paying attention to that forecast. As that moves into the Med, you can see the Mistral winds coming with it in late Tuesday night and into Wednesday morning, and those are also around 26 meters per second. Then as we get later in the week and the new systems start to pull in, big Mistral winds between Barcelona and portions of southwest France. So just to the north of Barcelona here, we are close to 30 meters per second, and it covers several kilometers here of what a lot of ships would run. Some are just going to go straight across, but those who need to go to Marseille or coming from that and run the coast of Spain, big heads up around midday Thursday for those winds because they could catch you off guard. You can see around midnight, not a whole lot of winds, and by midday, completely different story. So that changes in hours for you. And then by late week with that cutoff low coming up, take a look. You can see extremely high winds around 27, 28 meters per second around Palermo, and that will slide up into the west coast of Italy. So again, ships running in here, airplanes trying to land or take off. We are seeing similar wind speeds of 23 to 26 meters per second, and that comes all the way back also, again, to the far eastern, northeastern coastlines of Spain, right around the handoff to France there on the border. That is late Friday into Saturday. And then you can see the low here continuing to bring some high winds, but then most of the central Med gets hit with these close to 30 meter per second winds for you on Saturday. So just want to provide that big heads up. And then one last thing I want to circle back to, the rain that we're seeing is much needed in Southern California. It has led to some mudslides due to all the burn that has taken away the vegetation. And as a result, it leads to a situation that can very quickly turn into flash flooding with the terrain. There has been some in areas of Southern California, but the news I wanted to give you was that is coming to an end late tonight and early morning hours tomorrow, Tuesday. And we should have a couple of days rain free. So if this plays out, I think it will be for more beneficial rain than harmful with the mudslides, which we've needed so badly for 8, 9, 10 months in some cases in California. So I think that break that's coming should help us out a lot, that we'll get some rain that's much needed, but not so much that it just turns into mudslides all up and down I-5 or in the valley, on the city and the coastlines around LA and San Diego. So hope that brings a little bit of positive news for those who are in this area and trying to manage and mitigate your businesses, your staff, and operations. All right, my friends, I'll see you Tuesday with a fresh take from Spire Weather and Climate. Until then, hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.